Here with Jack Sawyer, Ohio State's first 2021 commitment. Jack, obviously we talked back in November, and you said that you still loved a couple other schools and that you were trying to figure out the right time. And what made this weekend finally the right time? I mean, what changed for you?
It really wasn't what changed, but more of the feeling I got of, there's no need to wait any longer. I found the place that I feel like I can become the best player possible and be close to home and have, just all these great assets available to me. And, being so close, being able to go down there, work out and stuff. So all that stuff played a big factor. And eventually it just kind of came to my mind and my feeling that it's the best place for me to go.
Did you just wake up Saturday morning and decide, you know what, I'm going to go to campus today, I'm going to let them know? Or was it, I'm on campus and all of a sudden it's like, hey, light bulb?
I didn't really wake up with the feeling, but, we got there, got to spend more quality time with Coach Day, Coach Johnson, and the whole staff. And on the way back, me and my dad were talking, and, he kind of gave me his blessing that if I was ready to commit, then, they were all aboard. And so, it meant a lot to me. And, I thought about it some more that day, and later that night I was like, you know what, I'm going to lock this up, and I'm ready to go, ready to be a Buckeye.
When did you call Coach Day and Coach Johnson?
I think I called him pretty late on Saturday night. I think I called him at like 10:30, maybe 10:45, and they were just thrilled, very excited, and they're just ready to go.
What was their reaction? How'd they hear that?
Coach Day was really excited. He was thrilled. He couldn't believe it and was just happy, and wanted me to call him the next night, or the next day, sleep on it, and make sure I was fully in. And so so he was very excited. I waited to the next day to call Coach Johnson, and when I talked to Coach Johnson, he was just same way, just so enthusiastic about it, so amped up, and their reactions meant a lot to me too, because it really meant that they liked me, come down as a player, and it was all good.
What does that tell you about Ryan Day, that knowing how important you are to the 2021 class, knowing your national ranking, all that stuff that doesn't really matter yet, knowing how important you are to him personally to land to get Ohio's best prospect early, that he still told you to go to bed and wait to make sure that you wanted to be sure?
Well, he didn't really tell me to go to bed and wait on it, but he was like, he was just all amped up and excited. He was like, I just wanted you to call me back tomorrow to make it official and talk to the whole staff on like a conference call. And so, we did that and we made it official. And it means he meant a lot to me early on. When he first took over, he made it a point to come see me and, express how he feels about me being a top priority for him. And so that really meant a lot to me, and, eventually led on me to committing.
One of the other schools that you were interested in back in November, again, I'm sort of using that as our frame of reference, was Michigan. How did the change with Greg Madison and Al Washington coming to Ohio State, did that sort of end that thought process at all for you, or how did that change things for you?
I wouldn't say it completely changed my thought process, but obviously I had a great relationship with Coach Washington, and him going to the Buckeyes was a big factor, as well as Coach Madison. Me and him had a great relationship too when he was at the team up north, and it was a big factor, and it just led into the hands of Coach again with Coach Johnson being there and Coach Day too. It just kind of added more stuff to it. So
now that you are committed to Ohio State, I think that a lot of people saw that something kind of changed a little bit with you and the Buckeyes this past summer when you had a chance finally to go work one-on-one with Larry Johnson. Did that opportunity to camp with him and to camp with Ohio State really, open your eyes to what he's able to get out of you, or how do you think that the relationship got to where it is now with him?
Well, being able to work with him one-on-one, it meant a lot, and being able to see what he's like when he's actually in the moment coaching. And so, being able to spend a whole day with him like that was great. I got to see what he's really like on the field, and it played a big factor too. And our relationship just grew from that day, and just continues to keep growing every time we see each other.
You said that on Sunday that you realized that it's sort of on you to help build a huge class in 2021. Do you have a list of names already of guys that are kind of your guys that you're putting that out there that, hey, I'm going to get these guys?
Not a whole list yet, but one that I'm definitely going to get is Lorenzo Styles. He's coming aboard too, so we need Lorenzo Styles, one of the top receivers in our class, who goes to the other school in our town. So I'm definitely going to get out and get him. So.
Are there any players? I mean, from obviously, I know you're growing up in the shadow of the horseshoe, kind of, and probably rooted for the Buckeyes growing up. But are there any guys that you watched and now thinking that you're the next potential guy to be in that spot that you want to model your either game after or the way that you handle yourself now that you're committed?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You see all the great defensive ends that come out of Ohio State, such as Joey Bosa, Sam Hubbards, just all those guys, even Nick Bosa, just all great role models, great people as well, and even better football players. So I definitely look at them as role models as an Ohio State commit.
Recruiting is a wild game, Jack. I mean, you know this.
Yeah.
How hard do you think the next 2 years for you will be to A, stay committed, B, not want to go make visits elsewhere? What is your goal for the next 2 years of being an Ohio State commitment?
I mean, my goal is just to stay committed. I'm not flipping anywhere else. I'm committed, 100% locked in, and I'm ready to roll and be a Buckeye.
Let's do a couple quick fire things here. What's your favorite video game? What do you do when you get free time?
Favorite video game, Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yep. So, what is your favorite meal that your mom makes at home?
Favorite meal my mom makes at home? Either she makes a good lasagna or she makes this old school thick crust pan pizza she makes. So that's probably one of my favorites.
What's the secret to the lasagna?
I don't know. You have to ask her.
Who's a better basketball player between you and Cade Stover?
This is going to be my future teammate. I don't want to take any shots, but I feel like I can beat him one-on-one for sure.
You wear number 40, correct?
Yes, sir.
What is it important about that number to you? Why do you wear that? And is that the number you hope to wear at Ohio State?
I've been wearing it ever since I was in probably second grade, so it just means a lot to me. And, no one's ever really worn that number in the NFL as a defensive end, so I kind of want to make it my own thing. It's
a pretty weird number.
Yeah, it is weird for a defensive end, yeah.
There's no significance to it? Nothing like growing up you were like, I love 40s?
The reason why I started wearing it was from Peyton Hillis for the Browns, so that's how it started. Wow,
you are a lot younger than I am. That your hero was a guy who played in the NFL 9 years ago. That's crazy. Anyway, Jack, I appreciate you taking the time, and congrats on your decision. We'll obviously be staying in touch with you soon with Lettermen Row, and hoping to have much more on you in the next couple of years. So appreciate you taking the time today, and thanks again.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks.